check out the Patreon and gain access to all the source code. Hey, welcome to the Paragon System. This is part 17, and today we'll go in and do some stuff about setting up our spells, so creating the upgrade spell. So first, you would need to go to Stoneharry and it WoW SpellEditor here. Then go to the release build, click on the exe here, and now where we want to put it, for this video I'll just keep it on my desktop so everyone is able to follow. So now let me make a new folder here. SpellEditor. Then I will take it into here, and then what you do is that you double click it, more info, and run anyways. And then we want to put it in here and extract it. So this is an extraction, so it's a zip file, you could say. So you extract it. Now we can delete this one, we download it. Now we have the folder here, double click it, and you see all of this. So here is our spell editor actually, and you see the DBC for Wrath of the Lich King and everything. What I normally do, not everyone do this, but what I normally do when I'm working with it and I'm setting up first time, I go into my server client here, then data, no, sorry. Not my server client, sorry, I meant my server. Then I go into data, then I go into DBCs, and I actually just Control A here, Control C to copy everything. Now I go back into my WoW spell editor and Control V to paste and overwrite these files. I only do this because then I know I am actually like using my own files I already like changed for other things. And now I can start the spell editor. So let's start it up here. And here, just say SQLite and wait for it to load everything. And in a moment you should see, yeah, let's import it. Sorry, my bad. Import check DBCs. And it's automatically checked all the things for the spells and stuff. So if you just click the import check DBC files, now boom, all our spells are here. So as you might see down here, I already have them here. So these are my custom ones, but I will like fast go over how we do this, create these. So first off, what we can do is we can find a spell. Okay, so I found 7,516. Now, what you want to do is you click New Spell, and then you say yes to copy one. Always copy one, it's just much faster. Then you write 7,516 or the ID you found if you're not using the same one, and click OK. And then we need to input the new spell ID, and that's I always go like a pretty high number, and click OK. And now you see it said it created the spell. Go down here, and now you can see we created it here. So what we can do now is that we can go in. So you see I clicked on it here. So if I want to call it like this, right now I'll just copy it. So like this, and always remember, click Control S to save the spell before you switch, because if I write a bunch here and then switch and go back, it's gone, and that's the same thing that will happen if you are changing in here. So let's just set up the different ones here. So right click on it, and click duplicate. And just let's actually go down a bit here. So yes, and then we can delete. I will just delete this. Just don't do too big of numbers. So 900005 is fine. Duplicate again, confirm duplication, and duplicate again, confirm duplication. So now we have them here. So let's just real quick change up the names here. So what you would do is write them, but since I have them up here for the tutorial's sake, I'll just copy. And always remember to save. So that's it. So now the next thing we will want to do is that you see here in our spell description on the ones I already have created, you will copy. So you see it's defense here. So increase strength and increase something else here. But let's wait with that. Or let's actually, yeah, let's just do it real quick. So go in or go on your strength one and put in increases strength by 1 or $S1, and don't change this. This updates automatically. And you then do the same just for the agility one here. And you see I already forgot about saving it. So I'll just go under here and always remember to save. Next, you click on the increase defense because we'll just start with this one first. So for now, I'll just go under here, under the one I already have. And I will check here if everything is the same. And this is all the details about the different, like the spell. So, and I'm not that good when it comes to spell editing and stuff. My good friend K is a beast when it comes to all the editing and spell editing, and he is working on Project-Wrathnilla, which is vanilla WoW built upon the 3.3.5 client, and he is making it solo bowl, so you can go into all the raids and solo them in vanilla. And he's promised to make guides, like text written guides for the SylCore community. So I will let everyone know in the Discord when he posts those out. So, but here, let's get back to this. So here we go under effects, and here's a bunch of effects. But as I just said, I'm not gonna go over them. I'm just gonna show you what you gotta do to make these things work. So if you click effects 2, then what you're gonna do is that we will set, and this is the defense one, then you set it to 6 as it should be from start. Then you do base points and die size. So from my understanding, the 4 is the base point, so that's 4, and then you plus whatever is in die size. That's how I understand it. And unit should be target. A is target underscore unit underscore caster, and then the same with the B is a 0 target unit underscore none. And then apply over a mod, apply over a name is 22 spell over a mod resistance. And over here, these should all be 0 besides the missed value A should be 1. And that's all actually. So these should not be anything. Just check these if you used another different spell and set them to none. They are anything. So that's our first one here. So the next thing you would do is you need to go in here into the flags on the same one, go to attributes, And here, make sure nothing is ticked on here. Nothing is ticked on here, nothing here, and nothing here. And then go to attributes 2, make sure nothing is ticked here, or here, here, or here. And that is basically most of it done. So next thing we want to do, what I normally always do, is that when I'm working on something, I reset the spell ID and I reset the active icon ID. Just so I know, like, so you can just say yes and no here. And then let's find an icon. So you know I already have this one. So find the one for the defense one you want to show. Click confirm, click yes, and click confirm to no. Click confirm and then click no too. Now we made this one. Then we go right back into oh shit. I probably already messed up, I actually think. Let me see here. Yeah, remember, okay, I didn't mess up, but remember to click Ctrl S before switching. That was a close one. Next, go to the increase strength. And in here, go to base. And then all of this is the same. Oh, by the way, set the stacks to the amount of stacks you want. So on your increased defense, if you have stacks at 20 only for the spell you duplicated, remember to set it to the stack of it you want it to be. So let's jump back into the increased strength again, and then to effects, and effects 2, and spell effects. And then just make sure everything is basically the same here. Besides the 29 now, because this is a spell or a mod stat. So set it to 29. And since this is strength, you would actually set the mist value A to 0, and everything should be 0. And nothing in the 2 other spell effects. And again, let's go to the flags, make sure everything is ticked off here. And do the same with attributes 2. Just always make sure these are ticked off when for following this tutorial. Then go to icon, and as we talked about before, click reset spell icon ID, reset active icon ID, and then what you want to do is that you find the one you want to use for showing that strength is something you can, like the strength icon in the buff bar, and click confirm yes and confirm no to both, and click Ctrl S before switching, important. Next and last one is the guilty. So now base, here you can see everything is basically the same again. Just remember the stacks to change it if you want different amount of stacks, sorry. And effects, you click on spell effects 1. Here everything the same. This should be 29 at the apply or name, and then mist value 1 for guilty. And as before, make sure all the flags are set or not checked on. No flags should be checked on. And then icon, reset, and then find the one for your guilty and click confirm yes, confirm no. That's all. So now we can go into import export here again, since we are done with our spells now. Then we can say export by clicking here. And now what I normally do is that I just export them to DBC files. So make sure that spells, spell missile, missile motion, spell visual, spell visual effect name, spell visual kit, all of these should be ticked on. Click export, check to DBC files. And it should now go over and do this, and now it's done. now we can shut down the SpellEditor and go into your WoW SpellEditor, then export, and here you see all our exported things. So now click Ctrl A in the folder, Ctrl C to copy them all, go to your server, then data, then DBC, and then Ctrl V to replace them. That's done for me in the server now. Now we need to do the same for our server client, so the client. And what you need to do here is you need to make a patch folder like I have here. So call it patch and like the thing, set and then .mpq. And the .mpq is important, otherwise WoW won't read the patch. Then make a new folder, call it dbc files client. And it's important it's called exactly that. You can't just call it whatever you want. And in here, you again, Ctrl V to paste in the new spell effects and spells we created. So now I will real quick start up the server and I'll see you in a bit. And welcome back. So now the reason we are starting the server and logging in is because we want to test that we can actually use these spells or buffs on the player. So now click on yourself, and then I think it's .cast, and then you write the ID of the spell. So I think this was the defense. No, that was the strength, but that's fine. Now you see I got my strength. I will then say cat.cast.999 and 2. So this is the agility. Yep, now I have agility, and as you can see, I can cast it again, and now I have 2 in stacks. And as you can see in here, I have 10 in agility, which matches with the 2 times up. And yeah, the 5 in strength, which matches. So that was actually all we needed in game now. So let's real quick actually add this to the database so it's ready for when we need to use it in the database. So I think I actually closed the SpellEditor just a little bit too quickly, because it's actually just easier to copy the numbers for the spells. Go down here. Now go into your Heidi SQL or your SQL manager. Next, go down. Wrong one I'm in. I remember. I think it's the wrong one. Yeah, it was. So if you go down till you find the Paragon System spell data, go in here, you see strength, agility, and defense. And these are just so, or Paragon, these are the stacks. So if you change the agility one in the SpellEditor to 150, you would need to change it to 150 here. So now what we want to do is that we have the names here. So what I normally do when I need to copy is just click the duplicate on it, and oh, not that one, and then I say cancel. So I just now I just have the duplicated one for the next ID. So this number and 8. So defense, we have defense. Go to your spell ID here, put it in, and obviously delete the 8 and replace it with a 0 so it matches the ID. So 900,000. Next thing is the strength. We do the same again and go to the strength and change it to a 1, and since we know it's a 2, so 900,002, and that's all. Now we actually have the spells added here, so our system is ready to put them on the player or cast them when we learn them. So this was all for today. Thank you so much for watching this video, and see you in the next one.